Eggs. Loads of old stories say that the moon is an egg, a hollow egg. That's what they describe it as in old African tales, lots of them. But the moon is constantly moving away from us. Something is driving it, there's an energy driving it. So, VMRs are ancient flying machines. You need a list of metals to make one of them. It's all written down in the Vedas and all of these ancient books. Basically, it's the Hindu stories of the fallen angels that wanted to be worshipped as gods. And they did get worshipped as gods. So they gave loads of knowledge to man about warfare and mixing of metals and all stuff like that. Semyaza or something like that was their leader. He's bound up, he's locked up. But he only locked up 200 of them. So basically, underneath the Mayan pyramids is Mercury. And you need two, according to the Vedas, to make a VMR, you need 2 cylinders of mercury. So, that means you need 2. And mercury conducts electricity. I'm not an electrician, I don't know fuck all about it really. But I'm using me, if you need 2, you need a positive and a negative. I think that's established. I think that might be right. So you have 2 cylinders of mercury. So, underneath the pyramids, the Mayan pyramids, and I suspect underneath the Catholic cathedrals, we'll have to have a mooch when we're breaking them up, and probably any cathedral really. I reckon there's mercury because they were built by the Masons, and the Maya built a lot of their cities according to a star map. So they tried to mirror the stars when they were building their cities and their temples. That's what they said. But a lot of the Maya, they had no access to water, they just had cities in the middle of nowhere. So, people that are studying the Knights Templar and all that, they say that the Knights Templar built the cathedrals all over Europe on the same pattern as the Mayan sacrificial temples. So, underneath them was probably a load of mercury somewhere. I don't know, but we'll find out soon enough. Or maybe there's not. But definitely under the Catholic cathedrals in Mexico City there's mercury, because that's built on top of the old Aztec centers and stuff like that. So just say for instance, the moon is meant to be hollow. It's supposed to be the throne of the Prince of Tyre. The Prince of Tyre is an evil motherfucker who said he would ascend his throne above the heavens and be like the Most High. So the throne above the cloud, you said his throne above the clouds and the stars, he said some shit like that. Anyway, that was his plan be an imposter, to pretend that he's Prince Michael the Archangel, like the Most High. That's who Michael's name is. So basically the moon is constantly moving away from us. Something is driving it. It's the weirdest object in the sky. You never see the far side of it. It doesn't spin around in an orbit. It doesn't spin like all the other heavenly bodies they're called. It's different in so many ways. All the craters, the impact craters, will only go so deep and they won't go any deeper. So there's something stopping the impacts. They were supposed to hit it with a rocket just to see what happened, and it rang out like a bell. But they haven't officially confirmed this. But that's the throne of the Prince of Tyre. So I suspect that what's keeping the moon shiny and up there in the sky and moving away from us is something to do with the Mercury and the human sacrificial platforms that are the pyramids. Pyramids are always linked to death. The Giza pyramid is a tomb. It's linked to death. The Mayan pyramids, the Moche pyramids, they're linked to human sacrifice. There's one that they found in Crimea. The one in Crimea is, they reckon, well, how true it is I don't know, but this is the story. I like to study these pyramids because I fucking hate them. That they found a reptilian entombed in Crimea. So there was a Crimean War, there was a crisis between the Americans, the NATO and the Russians. Vladimir Putin steamed in there when he found this pyramid, that's what they're saying. But you're not going to see that on the news and the TV, because they'll tell you what they want you to believe, and you'll swallow it, because you're a retarded, in your retarded human condition, you're probably still asleep and you'll probably swallow it. Then again, it could be true. But Napoleon Bonaparte, he said, what is history but a fable agreed upon? So, anyway, there's some sort of species of reptile, dragon, whatever you want to call them, and they eat humans, and they're evil, and the Most High God doesn't like them. But the dragon is the god of this present age, for a little while longer, and then he's bound, or it's bound, because it's not male nor female. Evil has no gender, and it has both genders. So the dragon in the garden was called Lilith, Lucifer, Dana Anna, Athena, Satan, Beelzebub, Molech, all of these evil names. The list is endless. It doesn't matter what the name is, as long as you don't know the truth. That's the whole object of religion. It's to give you something that you'll believe, and create this construct around you that is the world, the matrix, and keep you duped inside it. That's why there's all little tears running around the place. So basically, Mercury conducts electromagnetic energy. Underneath all the pyramids, there's a load of mercury. Even the Chinese pyramid that the Chinese won't open, that was built by the Emperor Qin Qin, China, a brutalist fucker, it's full of mercury. There's rivers of mercury inside it. They won't open it. They're afraid to open in case the communist government in China won't open this pyramid in case it brings about a renaissance in the Chinese dynasties of the kings and the emperors, because not every Chinese person is happy with communism, but you won't see that. Communism was created by the Vatican to control the Chinese people, and they are under the power of the dragon. Just another dragon religion. So basically, Quetzalcoatl his religion came back, because he changes the furniture. He was predicted by the Aztecs to turn up on a certain time, at a certain year, on a certain month. And one Cortez turned up, the conquistador, and slaughtered the Aztecs. He slaughtered the Aztecs. That was their god. That was the religion. Basically, their god returned in a different form. He returned in Catholicism. And basically, all he done is build new temples on where the old ones were, and told more lies. The Virgin Mary and stuff like that. There's no Virgin Mary. Mary had sons. That Virgin Mary is just a fabrication. Doesn't matter what you believe, as long as it's not the truth. They believe loads of stuff, loads of weird shit. Then they make idols of the Virgin Mary and call her the Queen of Heaven. The Queen of Heaven is Lilith. In the going up of Lilith, continual weeping. That's because she kills babies. That's from the Bible. That's Jeremiah. Moab was being comfortable from his youth. He had not been empty from vessel to vessel, comfortable in his lays. So there's the stories of the Anunnakis. They collected loads of gold because they were gods and the planet needed it. But basically, if you look at what the Bible's telling you, they collected loads of gold because they're parasites. They're not gods at all. And they lined the inside of the lays with gold, because gold doesn't tarnish and it doesn't do any of this, and then they filter up with your vapor, as far as I can make out. And that's where the stones were risen up. All the old stories tell stories of stones being risen up. All they done was build themselves a nice hotel in the sky to swallow, full of your vapor and full of all the gold. And then they have the story of the Anunnaki. It's just a blag. But anyway, you study it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. retarded individuals, maggots.